curve, right? Increasing curve or decreasing curve, right? Because you cannot sketch bending moment diagrams by memorizing. Now let's consider. Now first of all, we will see actually what is a increasing type curve, right? So now just consider this shear force diagram, right? Now this is the shear force diagram, right? So this is the curve number 1, the top one, curve number 1, right? And so this is the curve number 2, right? So now let's see how to determine which one is the increasing curve. Let's consider curve number 1. Now if you are going to consider curve number 1, right? So with me you can draw together, right? Get a paper and sketch it. So now on this curve I will sketch some diagonals, right? We can say now if you are going to consider a right angle triangle, right? If you are going to consider a right angle triangle, right? What is this? This is the hypotenuse, right? Or in other words we say vikarna, right? What is this one? Hypotenuse, right? Okay. Now on this curve sketch hypotenuse, right? Or we can say tangent, right? But if you are going to consider a triangle, it is hypotenuse. But if you are going to consider it for a curve, right? We call it tangents, right? Sparshaka, tangents, right? Right? Because now the tangent to this curve we will consider as a hypotenuse to a right angle triangle, right? Okay, now you got it, right? So now I will sketch some tangents, right, by considering them as the hypotenuse for the considering the right angle triangle of the same length, right? Now I am going to sketch tangents of the same length to this curve at different points. 1, see, same length, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's consider those 3, right? See, tangent 1, tangent 2, tangent 3, right? Okay. So now I have sketched 2 tangents, right, at the same length. So now I am going to complete the respected right angle triangle for that tangent. How to complete the right angle triangle for this? Horizontal line and this vertical line. So what is this angle? Right angle. Agree? So now I am going to complete the right angle triangle for this. This is horizontal, and then from here sketch a perpendicular line downwards. See, right angle triangle. So this one horizontal somewhere here is very small, right? Can you see this length? Very small. Now look at this length. What is this length? Shall I come here? So now look at this length of the first triangle that we complete, first right angle triangle that we complete. Look at this one, this length. Look at this length. Look at this length. This length, right? This vertical length is higher than this one, and this vertical length is higher than this one. So if I give values L1, L2, L3 for the vertical length, right? L2 is higher than this one, and what is this? L1, L2. This is L3, right? L1, L2, L3, right? So L3 is higher than this one, and L2 is higher than this one. So if you are going to consider, if we sketch tangents, and if you are going to complete the tangent by considering them as a length for a right angle triangle, if the vertical length, if this vertical length is increasing, we call that curve, that type of curve, as an increasing curve, right? So that is the way to determine. Okay. So now let's consider for the second curve. Okay. So now I will sketch tangents of the same length. Tangents of the same length. So now I will complete that by considering right angle triangles. Now what is happening? What is this length? What is this length? What is this length? See, this length is higher than the next one, and this length is higher than the next. That means, like, when curve is continuing, the length of that vertical line reduces. when the curve is continuing, the length of that vertical line reduces. That means this type of curve is a decreasing curve. What? Decreasing curve, right? Agree? So that is the way. So now I will show you some, I will show you a sketched shear force diagram, right? I will pause the video up to here, right? Okay, so look at this load diagram, right? The load, see the load, the intensity is increasing, right? See that intensity increases. See the curve up to here. See, increase in type curve, right? Because in starting from here to here, it increasing. I think that's enough, right? Okay.